Have you been waking up at 2 a.m. or 4 a.m. just to visit the bathroom again? You try to sleep through the night, but your bladder has a different plan. It might surprise you, but the kind of nuts you eat, and when you eat them, can quietly affect how many times you wake up. For many older adults, this isn't just a small issue. Nighttime urination breaks sleep, drains energy, and leaves mornings feeling groggy instead of refreshing. But here's the gentle news. Some nuts naturally soothe your bladder, while others quietly make it more active at night. In today's video, we'll walk through 5 nuts that support peaceful sleep and 5 you should avoid in the evening. Small changes, big comfort. But first, where are you watching this from, and what time is it right now? I always love reading your comments. Even just a few words mean a lot here. And if this video helps you in any way, please tap that subscribe button so you don't miss the next health tip made with you in mind. As we grow older, sleep becomes lighter. The bladder becomes more sensitive. Even a small amount of urine sends a signal to your brain saying, "Wake up." This isn't just about age. It's about how the kidneys and bladder shift their behavior after 60. A hormone called vasopressin, which helps your body hold water at night, gradually decreases. Your bladder now responds to even a little pressure, especially if it's irritated by something you ate. Some nuts, especially those high in oil, salt, or oxalates, can quietly worsen this. Others, though, help calm your body from the inside. As we grow older, our bodies begin to shift in quiet ways that often go unnoticed until they interrupt something as basic and precious as a full night's sleep. One of the most common disruptions elders experience is waking up multiple times during the night to urinate, even when the bladder isn't truly full. What many don't realize is that simple changes in evening eating habits, especially the kinds of nuts we consume, can play a gentle but meaningful role in reducing these wake-ups. Some nuts soothe the bladder, support calm digestion, and help the body settle into rest more easily, while others create stimulation or pressure that makes the bladder overly reactive at night. Let's look closely at 5 nuts and seeds that have been shown to be helpful, particularly when chosen with care and eaten at the right time in the evening. The first is the humble almond. Known as badam in many Indian households, almonds are light, nourishing, and rich in magnesium and vitamin E, 2 nutrients that help relax the smooth muscles surrounding the bladder. This matters deeply for older adults, because with age, those muscles tend to become more sensitive and reactive. A bladder that once waited quietly now sends a signal at the slightest pressure. But magnesium helps calm that urgency, allowing the body to rest without false alarms. Vitamin E adds to this effect by reducing minor inflammation that might also irritate the bladder lining. Eating almonds regularly before sunset, especially when soaked overnight and peeled, helps the body ease into its slower nighttime rhythm. The best time to enjoy them is around 5:30 or 6 p.m., allowing enough time for digestion and absorption. Cold almonds, especially straight from the fridge, are harder to process for older digestive systems, so always prefer room temperature soaked almonds that are soft on the stomach. For people managing blood sugar or diabetes, almonds have the added benefit of promoting stable energy levels overnight, helping prevent wake-ups caused by glucose dips. Another gentle ally is the foxnut, also known as Makhana, especially popular in northern Indian states like Bihar and Uttar Pradesh. Unlike salty evening snacks or oily treats, Makhana is dry roasted, very low in sodium, and incredibly light on the stomach. It doesn't overstimulate the kidneys, and it doesn't create pressure in the abdomen, making it one of the most bladder-friendly snacks for elders. A small bowl of foxnuts, roasted in a teaspoon of ghee with a pinch of cumin, jeera, makes for an ideal 6 p.m. snack, filling enough to prevent hunger, yet calming enough to support peaceful sleep. Its plant-based protein and calcium content are also a quiet bonus for aging bones and muscle maintenance. Because foxnuts are so neutral in their energy and easy to digest, they don't spike body heat or interfere with the kidney's resting state. This is particularly helpful for those who already drink less water in the evening to avoid multiple bathroom trips. Foxnuts help bridge the gap between early dinner and bedtime without the side effects of salt or spice. Next comes a cheerful pistachio, or pista, a colorful and nutrient-rich nut that often gets overlooked when it comes to bladder health. What makes pistachios helpful is their rich potassium content. Potassium supports the relaxation of urinary tract muscles, especially the detrusor muscle in the bladder wall. A calm bladder muscle is less likely to send urgency signals when only partially filled, and that means fewer interruptions in your sleep. For older adults who often feel the urge to urinate from even small amounts of liquid, this makes a real difference. Pistachios also carry anti-inflammatory benefits that are particularly useful for those who may have mild, undiagnosed bladder irritation, something common in postmenopausal women or men with prostate enlargement. However, moderation is key. Too many pistachios can lead to bloating or unnecessary fat intake, especially if they're roasted with salt, masala, or oil. Stick to a small handful, about 28 grams, and always choose the plain, unsalted kind. The right time to eat pistachios is between 4:30 and 5 p.m., giving the body time to digest before winding down for sleep. Now we turn to one of the tiniest yet most powerful seeds, flax seeds or algae. These brown or golden seeds might look simple, but they contain omega-3 fatty acids and plant lignans that have been linked to reduced inflammation, improved hormonal balance, and even better sleep quality. Omega-3s are known to calm both the nervous system and the bladder wall, reducing the likelihood of nighttime irritation. For elders who experience bladder discomfort or stiffness in the joints at night, this is a gentle two-in-one solution. Flax seeds also support the body's natural production of melatonin, the sleep hormone that declines with age, making them an indirect support for uninterrupted rest. One of the most effective ways to consume flax seeds is to roast them lightly and mix a teaspoon into warm milk, porridge, or early dinner dishes around 5:30 or 6 p.m. Unlike chia seeds, which can expand too much in the stomach and create pressure, flax seeds are soft, warming, and easier on the elderly digestive system. Even though they have a mild diuretic property, this effect balances out when timed correctly in the early evening. They help reset your bladder rhythm so it doesn't feel overactive at bedtime. And lastly, there's the deeply traditional sesame seed, or till. Sesame has been part of Indian winter diets and Ayurvedic healing for centuries, especially for older adults. Considered a warming food, it balances Vata energy, which is associated with dryness, restlessness, and overactivity, all of which can affect the bladder and sleep. Sesame seeds contain healthy fats, calcium, and plant estrogens that support hormone balance, particularly in postmenopausal women who experience sudden changes in bladder sensitivity. They also ease digestion and help calm the bladder lining from within. This makes them perfect for those who feel frequent urges to urinate at night, despite low fluid intake. You can consume sesame seeds in several forms: a small laddu after dinner, half a teaspoon of till paste in warm milk around 7 p.m., or even lightly sprinkled over chapati or vegetable sabzi. Avoid combining them with sugary or heavy foods, as they work best when kept simple and clean. Taken regularly, sesame not only helps reduce nighttime urination, but also warms the body gently, helping the kidneys relax and focus less on filtering fluids when they should be resting. Together, these 5 nuts, almonds, foxnuts, pistachios, flax seeds, and sesame, form a quiet toolkit for seniors who are tired of waking up 2 or 3 times every night. When eaten at the right time, in the right form, and with gentle awareness, they become more than just snacks. They become part of a respectful sleep routine. They don't cure or fix everything overnight, but they support the body in ways that modern pills and powders sometimes overlook. Each one offers a specific gift: the muscle-relaxing power of magnesium from almonds, the neutral and non-stimulating crunch of foxnuts, the muscle-calming potassium from pista, the hormonal harmony of flax seeds, and the warming, balancing energy of sesame. When paired with other mindful habits, like early dinners, limited fluids after 8 p.m., and calm evening routines, these small seeds and nuts can help seniors sleep better, feel more refreshed in the morning, and experience less stress about their nighttime patterns. Instead of seeing the bladder as a problem, you begin to see it as a signal, a part of your body that is simply asking to be treated with rhythm, respect, and warmth. And through these nuts, you're doing just that, offering care in the quietest, most nourishing way possible. While many nuts carry a healthy reputation, not all of them are friendly when it comes to nighttime peace, especially for older adults. Just as the body's digestion slows down in the evening, The bladder also becomes more sensitive, and what seems like a harmless snack may be the very reason you wake up 2 or 3 times each night. Understanding which nuts to avoid after sunset can make a quiet but noticeable difference in how rested you feel by morning. The first and perhaps most commonly misunderstood nut is the peanut, also known as moompali. For decades, peanuts have been a go-to snack for elders across India, enjoyed during conversations, evening tea, or simply out of habit. But peanuts are naturally dense, oily, and often roasted with salt or masala, ingredients that increase thirst, stimulate digestion, and add pressure to the bladder during the very hours it needs to remain calm. Salt makes the body crave water, which means you're likely to drink more fluids after eating salted peanuts. And once the water settles, it triggers the bladder to activate, disturbing your sleep not once, but possibly several times. Even the warmth generated by heavily roasted peanuts can add to internal heat, creating discomfort or uneasiness when lying in bed. Instead of reaching for that salty handful, elders may find relief in switching to plain, roasted foxnuts, which provide a similar crunch without stimulating the kidneys or adding excess oil and salt. Next on the list are cashews, or kaju, a festive favorite that often appears in sweet dishes, creamy curries, and evening snacks. While cashews are undeniably delicious and smooth in texture, they come with two qualities that make them troublesome for nighttime health: high oxalate content and warming nature. Oxalates are natural compounds that can irritate the lining of the bladder, especially for older adults whose internal systems are more sensitive. Over time, regular intake of high oxalate foods like cashews may even contribute to the formation of kidney stones or urinary tract discomfort. In Ayurveda, cashews are considered heating, meaning they tend to raise internal body temperature and aggravate pitta energy, something that can lead to night sweats, restless sleep, and mild inflammation. For elders who often feel hot at night or who wake up to use the bathroom and find it hard to fall back asleep, cashews may be playing a quiet role in that pattern. A better evening choice would be something like a slice of ripe banana or steamed papaya, both of which cool the body and soothe digestion without increasing bladder activity. Moving on, we come to walnuts, or akrout, another nut widely praised for its brain-boosting benefits and melatonin content. While it's true that walnuts support brain function and contain natural sleep-related hormones, they also have a few traits that make them less than ideal for evening consumption. Many elders find that walnuts generate gas or bloating, especially when eaten on a sluggish digestive system after sunset. This gas can build up in the abdomen and create pressure near the bladder, leading to false signals of urgency. You may feel the need to urinate even when the bladder holds very little, causing you to wake up unnecessarily. Additionally, the fat content in walnuts, though healthy in moderation, can be a bit heavy for nighttime digestion, especially when paired with other rich foods like cheese or ghee-laden sweets. If you love walnuts, the best time to eat them is in the morning or as part of your lunch, when your digestion is stronger and your bladder isn't preparing to rest. For evenings, return to soaked almonds or sesame-based snacks, which are lighter and calmer on the stomach. Another seed that often surprises people when it comes to nighttime disruption is the chia seed. These tiny black or white seeds are widely celebrated for their omega-3 fats, high fiber, and energy support, and many older adults have added them into smoothies, porridge, or yogurt. But the same properties that make chia seeds popular, especially their ability to absorb large amounts of water, can actually work against your sleep. Once consumed, chia seeds swell like little sponges inside the stomach. If eaten in the late afternoon or evening, they can create uncomfortable bulk and internal pressure, especially when the digestive system is already winding down. This expansion often pushes against the bladder, leading to a sense of urgency even if your fluid intake wasn't high. The added fiber can also cause light cramping or gas, which for elders with sensitive digestion may translate into bloated sleep or repeated waking. Timing is everything. Chia seeds are best taken before noon or early afternoon, when the stomach has enough energy to break them down and manage the hydration they absorb. After 4 p.m., it's better to skip them altogether or switch to gentler seeds like lightly roasted flax or sesame, which don't expand as dramatically or interfere with the bladder's nighttime calm. Lastly, and perhaps the most quietly disruptive of them all, are salted mixed nuts. These are often sold in colorful packets, found easily in shops, or served in small bowls during family chats or TV time. Their appeal is understandable, quick, flavorful, and easy to enjoy. But beneath that crunch lies a mixture of salt, oil, spice, and protein that's simply too much for the body to handle after sunset. Salt increases thirst. Spices stimulate the gut. Fats make the liver work harder. And protein, though necessary during the day, takes time to break down. Time the body doesn't have when it's getting ready to rest. If you've ever woken up at 2 a.m., thirsty, then drank water, then had to visit the bathroom again at 4 a.m., chances are these salted nuts were involved. The body produces a hormone at night called vasopressin, which helps reduce urine production and allows you to sleep without interruption. But high sodium intake interferes with vasopressin, increasing nighttime urine volume and keeping the kidneys on high alert. This is not a conscious disruption. It happens quietly, slowly, over time, until it becomes your new normal. Instead of mixed nuts at night, choose a simpler option like 5 soaked almonds, a small til laddu, or just a warm glass of turmeric milk. These options help the body wind down without forcing the kidneys or bladder to stay alert. And if late-night hunger strikes, even half a banana or a few roasted foxnuts can satisfy that craving without risking a restless night. The deeper message behind avoiding these 5 nuts in the evening isn't about fear or strict dietary rules. It's about awareness. It's about listening to the rhythm of your aging body and offering it foods that match its current needs, not just old habits. Peanuts, cashews, walnuts, chia seeds, and salted mixed nuts might all seem harmless, and they can be when eaten during the day. But after 60, the body's patterns change. Digestion slows, bladder sensitivity increases, sleep becomes more fragile, and food timing becomes more than just preference. It becomes part of your healing. The idea isn't to eliminate these nuts from your life entirely. In fact, many of them have valuable health benefits when consumed at the right time. But for the sake of deeper rest, fewer bathroom trips, and a more peaceful night, it's worth shifting them to morning or midday meals. When you respect the body's slower rhythm, especially in the evening, it begins to respond with less urgency, fewer disruptions, and more comfort. These aren't dramatic overhauls. They're small switches, tiny acts of care that align with where you are now in life. And when practiced regularly, they can ease the quiet frustration of waking up again and again. It's also about emotional well-being. Broken sleep doesn't just leave you tired. It chips away at your confidence, your energy, and your peace. You might begin to plan your nights around bathroom visits or fear sleeping in unfamiliar places. But that doesn't have to be your story. By choosing the right foods at the right times, you regain a sense of calm control. You start to trust your body again. You start to believe that rest is possible. Even if the changes feel small, a handful of almonds instead of cashews, a bowl of Makhana instead of salty peanuts, they add up. And over time, they return to you what you may have thought was lost: steady, undisturbed sleep and the soft joy of waking up refreshed. So let your evenings be gentle. Let your snacks be light. Let your bladder feel heard, not overwhelmed. And let your nights bring you the deep peace you've long been waiting for. At this stage in life, peace isn't just a desire, it's a quiet need. The body doesn't shout like it used to. It whispers, asking for gentler routines and softer habits. And something as simple as choosing the right nut before sunset or skipping that extra salty snack can quietly make a big difference. It's not about strict rules or removing joy from your meals. It's about small, thoughtful changes that honor your body the way it deserves to be treated now. You've spent years giving to others, your family, your community, your responsibilities, and it's okay to now give back to yourself with kindness. A good night's sleep, fewer bathroom interruptions, and a calm, steady morning aren't too much to hope for. They're possible with small steps done in love. If anything in this video brought comfort, please share your thoughts in the comments or simply type the word peace. And if you think someone else could benefit from this, feel free to send it to them. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel and tap the bell icon so you never miss gentle tips made with you in mind. Until next time, take care, and may tonight be your most restful one yet.